And yeah, that all just happened. So chapter 5 is a very interesting chapter. The first portion is just kind of nice, casual bracer work, and then suddenly a giant dragon smashes the central market. This pretty much marks the point where the game really starts getting real. From this point on, things do not let up until the very end. This is that turning point. One thing that always gets me is just the sound effect they use when, like, you hear what is obviously the dragon landing on the marketplace when you're still inside the guild. That is just such a huge, just crash noise, and you've never heard that kind of sound before. It just really, like, when I first heard that, I was like, wait, what? Like, you do kind of suspect that Ouroboros' experiment this time involves the dragon, but, you generally don't see this coming. And finally we know who that guy is. And yeah, by the way, his full name is actually pronounced Lenhart, if voice acting from later games is any indication. He is a real legend within Ouroboros, even among the enforcers who don't appear in the Sky series. And he is the one we're going up against now, and he's tamed a dragon! Yeah! When he said we're over our heads, he kinda had a point. Remember, we only barely beat him as Lawrence, and he was holding back then. And also Agate's runoff, because for some reason this is all similar to what happened just before the war, according to him. And if you think things are bad now, they're about to get worse. So for this part, we are required to bring Tita with us. Hence why I went ahead and fought a Shining Pond with her off camera. She needed to catch up a little bit. Yeah, let's not be dumb like Agate and rush into danger. Okay, who to bring alongside Tita? I think I'll actually stick with Shara and Zin for this. Obviously, we have no more quests going on. And, by the way, yeah, we cannot access the market. It's too badly damaged for us to enter. And, you just got all your research vindicated in the worst way possible. This is why I made an effort to talk to this guy in the first game, by the way. There was a reason to me going out of my way to talk to him. That was all foreshadowing for this. Yeah, he's still concerned about all that. Oh, these two, I remember their subplot from the first game. At least they're still concerned about each other. Yeah, definitely. So, at this point, you actually are not completely locked out of the shops. Some of them move into Kirsch's bar. So, you can go ahead and buy, this stuff from Katrina and her fiance here. Their wagon might be smashed, but their stock of wares is still perfectly usable. Now is not the time for your romantic rivalries. And the rest of the shops you can actually find inside the hotel. This is something that not a lot of people know. But you actually are not locked out of anything after the market is destroyed. And in fact, you can get some bonus items by talking to the people in here. Yeah, true. Life has to go on even in an emergency. So yeah, you can buy ingredients here if you want. Lila is still in critical condition though. It's just this part of the game that really shows you just how much FC getting you invested in all of these places and people, just how important that is. Because when major disasters like this start happening, they happen to places and people that you really care about. Like, just seeing Mayor Maybelle panicking over Lila there really gets to me in a way that few other games have. Like, I can just hear just her tone of voice there and her desperation and panic, and it just... oh. Well, yeah, it kinda is. So, turns out the dragon torched Ravenue's orchard as well, which is this town's main source of income. And yeah, talking to this guy gets you a Zerum powder. This is actually pretty easy to miss. And Zerum powder is a really good item, so make sure you do this. This is also something that I only discovered on my second playthrough. Yeah, that one crazy scientist in the bar actually had a point. Also, those kids who kept saying they saw a dragon, yep, turns out they were right. Oh. We better get there quickly. Yeah, I'm sure a dragon appearing and partially destroying the city is reason for you to abandon your trip here. Yeah, not to mention that Ravenue and Bose have both suffered from the 100 Days War in the past. They've rebuilt, and they'll be able to rebuild this time. Wow, really? Yeah, I guess she's been through this kind of thing before. She knows exactly what to do in these situations. And of course, before we leave town, there is one more person that I want to check up on. Well, that's one way to go into a fancy house for the first time. Yeah, here's Lila. And Maybelle is still managing everything. even after one of her closest friends has been critically injured. Maybelle is just, I really love Maybelle. I've already said this before, but she's just one of my favorite non-party members in this whole game. And so, with that, it's time to head out towards Ravenue Village, and just see how bad the damage is over there. We can also talk to these two with the arranged marriage talk after the dragon attack. So, well, at least this talk may be off for a little while. Yes, convenient dragon attack, I suppose. Yeah, probably for the best. So I actually went ahead and changed around Tita's equipment a bit. I also bought a new gun for her because, yeah, we need higher strength stats now, otherwise we'll be doing nothing to most of the enemies. And I also gave her better armor. So let's head out to Ravenue Village. There's really not much reason to show the road over there, so let's just head straight to Ravenue Trail. Here we go, here is the entrance to Ravenue Trail. Now there is actually one treasure chest here this time. There weren't any chests when we came through here in FC. So that's a bit of a change. We also have this thing, another enemy that's a little hard to get preemptive strikes on because it's hard to know exactly where their front is. I didn't get to show its full description there. This thing that has a very, kind of the wrong name mythologically speaking, but then again, Alraunes are usually a plant-based monster and not a fog monster, so yeah, this game plays it a little fast and loose with mythological references sometimes, but a lot of games tend to do that. And I just realized I need to recover Shera's, actually we can rest in Ravenue, and we won't really be fighting much here outside of this and maybe one other enemy, so probably not that big a deal that Shera's EP is terrible. These are actually worth not bad experience either. And that royal leaf is nice for making more tea. Yeah, more of those things. Let's just continue onward. Oh, rock peckers are here. Well, I can kind of skip you because we've already fought you before. I forgot that rock peckers were here. I wonder if the roly-poly is here, or if it's only in the north part of Ravenue Trail. But anyway, here we get some smelling salts. The last time I saw something this empty, I was looking at my calendar! Ha ha ha. So yeah, that's kind of a self-deprecating reference to how... Oh, the roly-polies are here. To how kind of brutal the schedule of those who were localizing this game was. Yeah, some of them would just work full hour, days, and then constantly work from home so they didn't have to waste time commuting, and yeah, they really pulled out all the stops to get this game fully translated, and that's part of why I decided to record and play this game. I really want to show off their efforts. This game has one of the best scripts I have ever seen in any game, best translated scripts at least, and I hope you've got a lot of appreciation for that. Anyway, it's time to head to Ravenue Village to survey just how bad the damage was. And well, this music is not a good sign. Yeah, already we have tragic music and the orchard is gone. It's just interesting seeing this after there was a huge debate over whether to farm traditionally or to use machines in NPC dialogue if you came here in FC frequently, and, well, now that's all a moot point because the entire orchard's gone. And like I said earlier, Bose relies on this a lot for their economy, so this is a huge blow. So it's time to look for the village elder, but before we do that, there are a couple of things we can do here. The first is to go to the Moonlight Path, and in here, actually we need to stay here regardless. Canonically, we are not spending the night here, even though the dialogue says so. We're just temporarily resting. Because here, they have a new item for us to get, the Paradise Cooler. Good healing, cures all status ailments, and not too expensive either. This is another item that I'd kind of like to stock up on. So I'll get quite a few of those. Well, it honestly depends on what kind of universe you're in. So this is actually interesting because the Trails universe is one where dragons are traditionally benevolent. Which is actually not that common for a fantasy setting. And now I'm remembering this. I was working on an RPG Maker game a very long time ago, and my idea for that is that dragons are, like, basically treated like protected species in real life. There's very few of them, and they're being kind of hunted to extinction by overly zealous knights who want the glory of slaying dragons. And you find a set of side quests where you basically have to stop a bunch of overzealous dragon slayers from wiping out an endangered species. I just thought that'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, this is Loewe, the guy we talked to back in FC. And he was also the one who always claimed that he saw a dragon, so turns out this guy was right all along. Another reason why I went out of my way to get all of the dragon dialogue that I could in FC, because it was all foreshadowing. Speaking of foreshadowing, this house here that's always been locked. I made sure to point that out earlier, but make sure you keep that in mind. It's kind of important. And up here, we have the grave of the people who died in the 100 Days War. So I believe you get a slightly different scene if you examine this before you talk to the village elder. Leaf, Abel, Nicole, Vim, Elena, Misha. And now it all comes together. So, I don't know if anyone who was watching my FC series caught on to the way that I foreshadowed this. When Agate first said that name, I said that we had seen that name before. I did not say we actually met her. So, this has brought back PTSD from the 100 Days War 10 years ago as well, so yeah, we had better find and stop Loewe before this gets any more out of hand. This is just... yeah, this is really one of those points where you just really want to get back at Ouroboros. Of course, they shouldn't be going after a dragon themselves. Leave that to us, and I'm worried we're not even fully prepared for that. So yeah, the village elder is all the way down here. It makes sense that he'd be checking out the orchards. Well, yeah, we came as fast as we could as soon as we heard about the damage. So, yeah, I believe this dialogue changes to reflect the monster quest that you did in FC if you do a file transfer. It's subtle, but I do like the dialogue changes for transfers. From what I can tell, Cold Steel's file transfer isn't nearly that drastic. You get some slightly different dialogue for whoever you got the final bonding event with in the first game, and that's about it. Well, nice that he was helping out. Obviously, he went north in search of the dragon. It's at times like these where I'm like, Estelle, you're kind of dense at this point. You should have been able to put two and two together by now. To be fair, he never said that she was alive. He said that he comes to visit her, but he never specifically said she was alive. But they're gonna gloss over that, because now is not really the time to be discussing Agate's tragic past. And so it finally clicks for Estelle. But yeah, now's not the time to be talking about Agate's tragic past. But knowing this, a lot of Agate's actions make sense now. Now you see why he's so overly protective of Tita. And now we also have an idea of exactly how his sister died. And yeah, this whole incident, it must be bringing back traumatic memories of the last time Ravenue Village was attacked. So he's not in his right mind right now. We really need to go after him, or who knows what could happen. So, let's go. Yeah, this is kind of a heavy part of the game. I apologize if I'm sounding a bit overly melancholy here, but it kind of fits. But we interrupt this melancholy for finding some chests. There are actually quite a few chests around here, and we're gonna go ahead and sweep all of them. I don't think we've really got a good look at exactly what these things could do when we last fought them, but the Roly-Poly, which now makes me think of Roly-Coly from Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I'm pretty sure is what this is based on. I need to look up if there's like an actual bug that looks like this and acts like this, because I've never really seen anything like that. But I think Pineco is based on something kind of similar. Sadly, Tita's new gun is only S AoE and not M AoE. One of the few times that S doesn't actually mean the best when it comes to rankings. Here it just stands for small, rather than medium or large. Okay, leathery tail. And okay, here is one chest. Byako's Claws. Pretty cool weapon name. There was an item here. It's gone now. Yet another Silent Hill 2 reference. And now I can go ahead and ditch the Knuckle Gear that I just bought for Zin, and that's a pretty nice increase. 700 strength is very, very good for this point in the game. Now if only he'd hit level 65 so he can learn Thunder God Broken. That thing is just, yeah, that's amazing. Fire Seepeth times 200. If you can read this, the clowns have won. Okay, that one's just very weird, but I like that. It's how kind of unexpected it is. Yeah, for some reason these things tend to aggro onto you pretty quickly. And I will probably need to heal Estelle. I'll just say though, you don't need to worry about preparing for a boss fight or anything. This chest is a little easy to miss. Reviving Balm. Oh hey, is there still something in here? Nope. What's coming up is more a very, very big long stretch of cutscenes. And I do mean a very long stretch of cutscenes. Tira Balm? No. I like that one for how blunt it is. Oh yeah, in case you haven't seen, these things can drain your health. And can also destroy Tita in a couple of hits because she is Tita. Forgive me to bother having Zen attack here because, yeah, that's definitely a one-shot.
Oh, are we done already?
Female exclusive ATS boosting equipment, everyone. It's kind of overpowered. Thankfully, we have refresh jellies. Yeah, Tita's HP is so low that, that she loses half of it to Poly, no. That, revival items just fully recharge her instantly. Okay, I think... Okay, yes, the enemies in here are a lot stronger than I thought initially. But like I said, it doesn't really matter too much because we don't really have any major fights coming up for actually quite a long time. We're sort of quickly approaching the story time segment of Chapter 5. And it's definitely some very good lore reveals. Okay, so around here we have another chest. Reviving Balm. The chest contents have already gone on to a better place. Your pockets. It's always nice to have extra reviving bombs in case we run out of the really good revival items. Actually, like, how do you even cook refresh jelly? What does it require? I might need to look into that. Oh, it requires a lot of things. But most of these we can actually buy. If I stock up on bear claws, royal leaves, and black pepper, I could probably make quite a lot of these. That being said, though, there are quite a few things that I will be needing later, because let's just say that in Chapter 6, we're going to need a lot of... let's just say that in Chapter 6, we're going to need a lot of attack food, and I do mean a lot of attack food. There's a certain fight that on hard mode is kind of ridiculous without attack food. Nothing there. I have a suspicion I may have, No, I did not get the last chest. Smelling salts. Take, take, take. That's all you ever do. Why not try giving back to an empty chest sometime? I don't think anyone has sense, and yet the enemies are still aggroing onto us all the time. And okay, that should be everything. Okay, so before we go into the abandoned mine, I just want to clarify something. Unlike in FC, there are chests in the abandoned mine. I'm not going to go for the chest just yet, because certain events are about to happen and I want to preserve the atmosphere. Also, there's one chest in the mine that you can't get on your first visit anyway. We will have to come back here regardless, so I may as well take care of all the chests in one trip. So let's go. Here we are at the abandoned Revenue Mine. And Estelle's surprise shows me, yep, the lock has already been broken off. Yeah, you expect a simple lock to stop Agate? No way. Yeah, that giant cleaver's good for more than cutting enemies. Okay, let's hurry. Yeah, as you can probably tell, a gospel was involved in all this. Well, I mean, he only wore a bit of red on the visor of his helmet, but he is still the guy with the golden sword. Remember, these two fought at the start of FC Chapter 3. I think we actually outrank him at this point. Or maybe not.
何も知らねえ野郎が適当なことを抜かすな。
腕の差が歴然なのは前の手合わせで分かっているはずだ。加えて竜の脅威もあるだろう。なのになぜあえて一人で挑む。
賞賛なんざ知ったことか。てめえは気に食わない。ただそれだけなんだよ。
やれやれ、その程度か。これでは竜を使うまでもない。
何？
似たところもあるが、俺とお前は決定的に違っている。それは剣を振るうわけだ。
なんだと？
俺が剣を振るうのは人を捨て修羅となるがため。しかしお前は己の空虚を満たすがために振るっている。重き鉄塊を振るうことで悲しき空虚を劇場で満たす。怒りで心を震わす間は悲しさから逃れられるからだ。だがそれは欺瞞に過ぎない。
やめろ。
そして欺瞞を持つ者が前に進むことはありえない。断りに至ることはおろか、修羅に落ちることもない。今のままではお前はどこまでも半端なだけだ。
黙りやがれ。
アガットさんの声。この響き方だと露天掘りの場所みたいね。とにかく急ぎましょう。あれ？どうしたの？ここから外の露天掘りの場所に出られたはずなのに、どうして岩で塞がってるわけ？
もしかしたら竜が暴れて崩れたのかもしれないわね。
それじゃあ私の動力法で。
いや、やめた方がいい。下手に振動を与えると余計崩れちまうかもしれん。
ティータ、気持ちはわかるけど落ち着いて。とにかく別のルートを探すわよ。あれ？ここの橋って前来た時は壊れてた気がするんだけど。
確か空賊事件の後軍が修復したって聞いたわ。
そうなんだ。
クソが。
無様だな。せめてもの情けだ。そろそろ終わらせてやる。
せい。
さてと、そろそろ時間のようだな。今のうちにゴスペルの制御式を調整しておくか。
待ちやがれ。まだだ。まだ終わっちゃいねえぞ。
あれはアガットさん！ティータ！
この後に及んで砕けた鉄塊にすがるとは。いいだろう。至らぬ身のまま果てるがいい。
ちびすけ、なんてこんなところにいやがる。
それでお姉ちゃんと一緒にティータ。
とどめろ。
チェ、厄介な。
来ないでください。
バカ野郎、そんなものが通用するか。いいからとっとと逃げろ。
ラッセル博士の孫娘ティータ・ラッセルか。天才少女と聞いていたが、いささか無鉄砲が過ぎるな。女子供を手にかけるのは趣味ではないが、必要とあらば切る。おとなしくそこをどくがいい。
貴様。
どきません。私アガットさんに助けてもらってばかりだから、こういう時くらいしかお返しすることができないから。違う。ぶっきらぼうで不機嫌な顔ばかりして、いつも私のことちびすけって子供扱いするけど、本当はとっても優しくて、いつも見守っていてくれて、大好きで大切な人だから。だから私絶対にどきません。
けなげなことだ。その半端者にそこまで慕う価値があるとも思えないが、邪魔も入ったようだし、今回はこれで引いてやろう。
主砲と右舷副砲、竜に照準を固定せよ。着陸と同時に総員速やかに展開。イエスサ
ー。ようやくのお出ましか。これで最後の実験を始めることができそうだ。
待ちやれ。
忘れるな、アガット・クロスナ。欺瞞を抱えている限りお前は何者にもなれない。大切なものを守る子供だ。
待ちなさいよ。黙って聞いてたら勝手なことをペラペラと。絶対に逃がさないんだから。
エステル・ブライト、お前はお前で心しておけ。今回の実験が終われば計画は次の段階に移行する。気を引き締めなければ必ずや後悔することになるぞ。
ちょっとそれって一体。
己竜め、逃がしてなるものか。総員射撃開始。撃って撃って撃ちまくれ。
伝説の古代軍にそのような攻撃が効くものか。行くぞ、こういうレグラート。
Well, I mean, your guns kinda did nothing, so maybe it's best to fall back and regroup right now. I'll just say that, like, oh, I love the scene where General Morgan just comes in, especially since it's a nice parallel, because at this same place, back in FC, Morgan came in and arrested us. And now he's pulling a big damn heroes to help us in the very same place. Well, I mean, we have Orbal Arts, and considering how much better than physical attacks they tend to be in this game. But, I mean, Morgan does have a point here. Yeah, a war. Lebeur's army and the Bracers versus one Enforcer and one Dragon. That's kinda how things tend to go with Ouroboros. Oh, and, okay, so yeah, here's a scene that looks ridiculously awkward, with full screen mode on, and in this version. Because Agate just suddenly teleports in and then just magically has bandages and is limping. Just try to ignore that. And this thing is certainly a threat to the country as a whole.